We almost quit our business completely because our candle company was failing. We were losing money, stuck in a lease, and had no idea what to do next. So instead of doubling down, we made a completely different move out of necessity that ended up turning into a multi-location podcast studio. Here's the story. I had the e-commerce store, the candle store, and you still had Pathfinder, which you have clients that you
shoot
videos and stuff for, and you wanted to do a podcast studio on one side of the space. And then I was going to put our candle making shop on the other side of the space.
Yeah, that's true.
But then after you signed the lease, and I was like, I don't want to do this e-commerce store anymore. I don't like it. And it's not making sense. It's not making dollars.
I mean, hey, we grew it. Remember, it was like doing like $7,000 a year in revenue when we took it over.
It was doing like 20,000, and then it was doing 20.
No, when we took it over, it was like $7,000 for the annual.
So.
I remember. So then we like did this for like 2 years. We were making the candles in the garage. Then we got the space. Shout out to Roy. He hooked us up with like a space on like Sahara in Maryland. It was $600 for like 800 square feet. Not a bad deal, but it was terrible space. Very ghetto, and a lot of crackheads and police and homeless people. Meanwhile, right, we're like breaking even or losing money on it, whatever. Yeah. Like, it's just going. So then we're like, she was like, what if we just get the candles outsourced from China? We'll get them. I have them developed or whatever. They stole our IP, and then it was good. The IP, the technology, that we made the design of the candle boxes. Next day was listed on their website.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, see? Okay, I didn't make it up.
They listed my e-commerce photos
on
Alibaba. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they stole our IP.
On AliExpress.
So we went to China to try to get our stuff made. Stole the IP. Damn it. Finally put an order in for like a lot, like 10,000 candles or something. Yeah. And then, so we're just using our ghetto space for fulfillment. And then we let go the girl. So then we're like, dude, we put a lot of energy into that.
She put in more.
Countless of hours. And I did too.
Well, and
I used to be in there making candles in the garage.
And it could have worked. I think that it's that persistent piece. If we would have kept doing it we put, the same level of energy.
But
the branding was dope. Like, if we put the same level of energy that we do in the it could have,
But we just didn't like.
It wasn't our passion.
We didn't love it.
We didn't love it. We didn't love the bit. Like, we didn't start the business. We just didn't have the passion behind it.
So I knew there was space. So I hit them up and I was like, let's move from the ghetto space to the nice space. And then that's when she was like, I'll do half of the podcast. Because I had a podcast studio. Shout out to the people that went to the first ghetto studio I had over there on Sahara in Maryland.
That was the first.
Stephen Cohen went there.
That was our original podcast studio.
Who else
But you made
there?
It look really nice, though. In that tiny space. That
Zach
was like
Gray went there
corner of our shop.
Yeah. And
you
then
made that space look dope, too.
Yeah, and that's when my studio designing career took off. Yeah. So then, what happened?
I wanted to close down the candle shop, but then I was like, we just signed this 5-year lease for the space. I don't want to, back out. I don't want to leave you hanging. So then I was like, well, maybe we could just monetize the space, and we could, because you already want to do a podcast studio. So I was like, let's just make both sides a podcast studio, and then we'll put it on, Peerspace or whatever, or we'll list it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we did. We had 2 sets. Two
sides. And it was so the first pictures were so naked.
They were so bare.
It was embarrassing kind of. But it monetized. It made money. You know what I mean? So you just have to be resourceful. And then we just kept building it little by little.
And then it grew. Yeah. So even the boho space, it looked so naked. But at the time, we didn't think it looked naked. We thought it looked great.
Yeah.
And it monetized. And then with that money, we also reinvested it and put it back into the decor and adding the curtains and stuff.
And then we started running ads.
Yeah.
Dude, we used to spend $250 a month on ads. And then it was $500 a month on ads. We're at almost $6,000 a month in ads now. And then LA happened and we built our second location within 8 months of opening the first one with no one thing I did learn from that is I will never do that again. We need to straight up have a cut and dry SOP process for each thing. And down to the marketing and the sales process.
Yeah, but you say you will never do that again, but you're already in the talks of doing that again.
Well, that's because we already almost got it all down. I'm just saying a new business. I wouldn't open up a donut shop and then 8 months into it, open up the next donut shop without the SOPs.
I don't know.
Unless
I feel
all the SOPs.
You probably would. You'd
Maybe.
probably do that again. So this is our brand new set.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
we should talk about that.
We just took pictures in here earlier for my birthday, and it looks like an old Vegas hotel, and I love it.
It has a cool vibe to it.
But it's not finished yet. We still have to get curtains.
It's probably like 80%
it's
there.
80% there. So what's like the biggest lesson that you've learned? If you could just like narrow it down.
Encapsulate 35 years into one?
Or just one of them. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's going to be a million.
I think the very most important thing to like set your eyes on a target and then know that there's going to be challenges and just keep attacking the challenges until you get to the target. So like persistence is probably like for sure on the top like 5, if not number 1. Because like when I was younger, I would get discouraged with like challenges and like things and like I didn't have enough success or enough understanding of the universe to like get my desired outcomes and stuff. It's crazy because like sometimes when like for example, like if I have Mikey come into the studio, I'm like, yo, check out this place, dude. Like, I feel like this big old place. But then when I have like, I don't know, like Liberty or like Valiente Mott come in, I'm like, dude, it's, this is where we're at. Like, this is our little place. Bart, the other day, he's like, oh, how's the studio going? I was like, dude, it's going great. And he's like, man, I love what you did with such a tiny space and low ceilings, and you just made it perfect. And I was like,
man, is that a compliment? Or?
I mean, yeah, he was genuinely like, it was coming from love in his heart. Like, it wasn't like malicious.
But you were like, oh man, a tiny space and low ceilings. Oh no.
Yeah, they are low ceilings.
But where we came from though, it was like it was like this box here.
I'm talking about before that. We had a Fremont 9 apartment that was like
that's true.
300 square feet.
That's the tiniest space I've ever lived in.
We didn't even have anything.
That was like a Japan
suite.
And
it was loud. We didn't have anything. And then we had an apartment, and then the living room was our like content studio space.
We did not have a TV in that apartment.
Yeah, it was just the living room.
We had our
2 desks.
We had our desk.
And like an open space. And we would pack orders in there too, like ship like 20, 30 packages a day.
We would pack orders and we would take photos on our backdrop. We would use our backdrop. I would use it for videos and we'd use it for we were doing Golden Steer content in there. Yeah,
dude, that's what I'm saying. That was our first studio. And then we upgraded in the studio. We had a studio kind of set up in the garage sometimes whenever we needed it. And I had Golden Steer came to the garage. Yeah. And we shot content for them in there. What about you? What's one lesson that you've learned?
One of the things I learned in my 32 years is that self-development is the most important thing that you could possibly do with your whole entire life. Because if we did not do personal development or if we were not into those books or courses, we would not be here.
I agree. I will buy hella books. Like I read books is my method of self-development. Judy buys courses. I don't know about courses. I bought like 2 or 3 courses in my life.
I feel like every time I invest in a course, it has helped and up-level most of them. Yeah. There was maybe one course that I was like just super disappointed with. But most of the time when I invest in a course or in like a membership, and I feel like they are immensely valuable.
That's good.
My growth.
So your thing is self-development. Must develop yourself.
Must.
I heard this quote or I saw something on the internet and it was like rich people or whatever, they just understand the laws of the universe and like kind of abide by them and like use them and then benefit from them, where like other people try not to like understand how the universe works and then struggle their whole life. But like the literal purpose of Earth is to expand and like procreate and continue to expand and continue to grow. It's like literally that's what you have to, that's what like any tree, you plant it, it's gonna grow and then it's gonna drop tons of seeds and it's gonna procreate and it's gonna grow and like that's what nature.
If you're not growing, you're dying.
That's what nature is. It's like it's like literally, and if you think about like based off the Big Bang Theory, like it was like, and the universe is expanding like that. And like we're still perpetuating. So literally in this moment, the Earth is like spinning at like whatever 300 kilometers per second and expanding. Like the universe is expanding like that, like big banging still, like right now, like in space. That's what's happening. Like so
you're either doing that or you're doing this.
Yeah, so you have, and you're not even, when you do this, you die. Like it's not even like like you're just going against what the law of the universe is. So you have to like continue to grow and develop and expand and like. And so if you're living by that, then like you're naturally going to benefit from the universe.
So Abraham Hicks, which I listen to a lot, says that like your soul is always expanding. You're always like wanting more. So life causes you to want more, and you either keep up with it by like raising your vibration or like feeling good. That's how you keep up with your expansion. And so your soul is already expanding. It's up to you to feel good and be in alignment with your soul.